If you've ever considered working in film and television production, well, you've probably heard of unions. I mean, if you're an American citizen, you've heard of unions. They're everywhere. And love them or hate them, there comes a point, especially when it comes to film, television, there comes a point in a person's career where you make a decision to go that path and join the unions, or go a different path, because there is new media, there's all sorts of independent cinema, independent projects, working on corporate video, that doesn't necessarily require being a union member. I myself considered joining a union, specifically the Directors Guild of America, and I still am. And if you go that path, one of the ways to join that union is to put together a book. Ever hear of a union book before? Well, this is a union book. Actually, this is just part one of a union book. This is a union book. Actually, sorry, this is just part 1 and 2 of a union book. This is a union book. So what exactly is this so-called book? Well, I can tell you right now, this is not a book that any sane human being would ever want to read. No, and I'm putting it down because it's so heavy. What this is a collection of call sheets, crew lists, pay stubs, and production reports. Basically every piece of paperwork I had on every job that I said I worked. And why do I need to keep them all in one place? Well, because there may come a point where I join a union and need to prove to that union that I did the work I'm saying I did to qualify for membership. There came a point recently where I made the decision that right now in my career, the union's not quite for me. So these sit on a shelf until I'm ready for that. Let me put that back over here. That book is something that's going to remain on the side. The book that's in the forefront of my life right now happens to be Gophers, which is the nonfiction book some of you on my channel know of. It's the book that I wrote about working in film and television. This is a very different kind of book, and I figured I'd take this moment to share with you the first step in writing a book. Why? Why do you want to write it? Finding your why. You have to find your reason to write it. You know what my reason was? Do I need to pick it up again? All this work I didn't want it to go to waste. And I got asked a lot of questions when I would go speak at my alma mater to students, college and high school. They would ask me, well, how do you get started? So I kind of made a decision a few years back. I said, I don't want all that work to go to waste if I don't hypothetically use these books. Maybe I go down one of those other paths where I won't need to use them. I would like to put them to use. So I decided to write a nonfiction book about all that work. And you could see how much I like to think I compressed from one into the other. Finding your why is important whether it's nonfiction or fiction. It doesn't really matter what kind of book, pamphlet, short story, or magazine article you're writing. You should probably have a reason for writing it, otherwise, what's the point of writing it? And in case you need some inspiration like I did, start reading other people's query letters. These are the letters that they write to literary agents or publishing companies to basically pitch the idea that their book is. There's a lot of successful ones out there on Writer's Digest, which are really great, and they highlight why people want to write books. You'll see how other people wrote their letters, and especially the successful ones, how they were able to communicate their ideas in a way that a literary agent or a publisher jumped on. Why I'm making this video is very similar to why I didn't want these books to go to waste. I wanted to save the stories and turn them into something, and now I want to share the stories about how I turned that something into something. This book, I'm going to tell you how I got it written, edited, cover designed, published, and all the other fun things that I did over the course of about a year. I plan on making a couple videos like this, and all are welcome to subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to see those videos, you can always ring the bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload them. But as I like to say, no pressure. It's not like every other YouTuber is asking you to do the same thing.